Today, on a very special episode of Rantings from the Deranged Hermit, we're going to talk about a very serious subject, and that subject is net decking. Actually, it's not very serious at all. It is a huge load slash pile of burning manure. I don't mean to offend anybody because I'm just talking and I'm just a guy. You're a guy, you're a gal, you're a person out there listening. For whatever reason you're listening to me, you got your own opinions just like I got. So it's fine, but this whole thing with net decking still being a thing, this is a topic that was given to me recently by a friend just this past weekend. I was saying I need something for my next rant because I've been struggling with what to do on the next one. And this one popped pretty hard. And then I noticed that Saffron Olive on the Goldfish cast got into it a little bit. So I listened to it real quick. And they kind of got into it a little bit. So we're going to maybe rehash some of that just real quick. But this net decking thing, it is still an issue, at least in Friday Night Magic arena. I don't think anybody that goes to GP gives a shit if you net deck. I don't think that anybody goes to PPTQ cares about it. I don't think that Joe Blow playing at the casual table on a kitchen in his underwear or whatever the hell they're doing out there for casual Magic. I don't care. I don't think he cares. But there are some FNM players, some of those style, who do think it's a thing. And I know some of them, and they're great people. But let's just break it down. If you net deck, and by net decking, let's define that as someone who goes to the internet, which is a resource, much like the old-time encyclopedias. Kids, ask your parents what those were. To do research so that you can learn about things. I just rebooted my computer. Did you guys hear that? Anyway, in the old days, we'd go get out the Dewey Decimal System and get into that card catalog, go to the library, check out an encyclopedia, ask our friends, hey, I got this paper due, or hey, I'm trying to learn about the pygmies, or I want to know how to fix my car, whatever it may be, how to raise cows, whatever we're doing. We would go search it up. Now we use that internet thing. So it's a source of information. So that's what we're talking about. Somebody's used a source of information and copied possibly card by card, or maybe not card by card. Maybe they changed one card. Maybe they changed 10 cards. Maybe they changed half of them. Really doesn't matter. I don't know that there's such thing as an original idea in Magic after a certain X amount of time when a new set comes out that changes the card pool. But they've went and used that as a crutch in some people's minds instead of using their brains and building their own deck. There's many reasons why this may happen. I'm going to tell you the reason why I personally net deck. Running a store, I don't have a lot of time to brew. Never was a good brewer. Okay, I love to brew my own commander decks so I can take however long I want, But if I took 6 months or a year to brew a standard deck, it's irrelevant, right? But on a commander deck, not so much so. So my commander decks are way laid back and fun, and I can build around a song, I can build around a creature type, I can build around a card, a concept, and I can take my time doing it. Standard, modern, those kinds of things. If you're wanting to be competitive, that's a key issue. If you want to be competitive, you're going to go look for the best. Why wouldn't you? If you're trying to make, say, a recipe, you're cooking for somebody, yourself, somebody else, maybe you want to follow a recipe. Maybe you want to go look in your cookbook, Betty Crocker, whatever you got, and see how to fix this particular meal, how other people have done it. Maybe you don't do it exact. Maybe it goes, oh, no, it's only got one onion in it. I want two. Okay. Or maybe you want to brew from scratch. Maybe you want to brew that stew. See what I did there. Maybe you want to brew it from scratch. But maybe you want to know, how have other people done it? Nothing wrong with that, is there? So, for me, I like to go find a deck. Looks fun. See if I've got the cards for it. Build it. Play it. Is it fun? Is it not fun? Did I enjoy it? Did I not enjoy it? Boom. There we go. Some people may just not want to brew. Maybe they have the time, But when they put their cards together, it comes out as a big crapshoot. And I've been there. I've been there a lot. And you really want to be a little bit more competitive. Stealing the net deck idea is not shortcutting anything other than you shortcut the thought process to get to something that someone else has brewed that works. They found a combination of cards that has value, and that can be the hardest thing to do. And you want to be competitive, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In F&M, we have a fairly semi-competitive environment, and that's fine. So people should be net decking. I argue in favor of it because it will help you build better decks outside of your net decking time. Let's say you're pretty new, or maybe you've been around a while. It doesn't matter. You build a few net decks. You're going to start seeing relationships between mana ratios and mana curves. You're going to start seeing, oh, this is why I don't put 12 things in there that cost 8+ mana. Hey, this is why they put cards in there that draw cards. Hey, this is why I need ramp. Hey, this is when I don't need ramp. Hey, this is how control works. You're going to start seeing patterns, and you're going to become a better deck builder, a better player, because you're playing good decks. It's going to increase your skill level. Now, if you don't want to increase your skill level, and you got the time to homebrew, and you don't mind getting your ass kicked and handed to you on a regular basis from the people who net deck, okay. But don't bitch about it. Don't bitch that, oh, it's a homebrew, and you build a net deck, and I don't never have a chance. Well, you could have built a net deck. I mean, the Saffron Olive podcast brought up a great point in that, what if it was considered taboo or bad to go, hey, everybody, I brought a homebrew. And everybody was like, homebrew? Who the hell do you think you are? We net deck our asses off here. Homebrews are not allowed. You're the weird one. Maybe we should do that a little bit, kind of even it out. Homebrews are bad. They're not. They're fine. And sometimes they kick ass because you're a good deck builder. Maybe you got lucky. Maybe you got the skill. Maybe your homebrew is actually what somebody else has already iterated and came up with. It's all fine and good. Play the game. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Make sure your opponent has a good time. That's maybe what this is more about than anything. Your opponent shouldn't be given this big-ass guilt trip because they played a net deck before, because they got a solved deck and you're still experimenting. If yours doesn't work, it didn't work. Shake a hand. Be polite. Say good job, good game. I tried to give you a good game. Sorry I didn't. Or if you kicked their ass, then say, hey, better luck next time. Be a good sport, Don't get all tilty-assed because, your homebrew fell short, or maybe it didn't, Congrats. So those are some of the things. I'm going to reference some notes here because, I don't script this thing. Long pause. This is a great way to learn how to tune a deck. Maybe I hit on that. We're probably cutting this part out, right? Sure. And the other thing is there's lots of ways to play Magic. Lots. You can homebrew, you can net deck, you can play casually, competitively. If the F&M thing is not your thing, don't do it. I mean, nobody's forcing you to brew a homebrew and go to F&M. Maybe you like Limited. Maybe you like Pauper. Maybe, which there are net decks for that too, so I guess that's a bad example. But there's lots of ways to play Magic. Recently tried Pai Gow Magic. Pretty awesome. Worked really well with Masters 25. Didn't have that basic land slot in there, and it really kicks ass. If you haven't tried Pai Gow Magic, pretty simple. 15-card pack. Open it up. You and an opponent, obviously. Make 5 3-card stacks of cards, decks, if you will, and then randomly play them against each other. The first one done gets to go first. And if you win 3 out of 5, you win the set, so to speak. A lot of times you'll have some janky cards about drawing cards and stuff. Put those in a pile that just is gonna be a loser, right? So you have infinite mana. You don't lose for not being able to draw a card, and you only have 5 life. Games play out in seconds, literally seconds. You can play it. It'll take you longer to build the decks than to play the games, literally. Try it. It's a hoot. It's another way to get value out of opening your packs when you buy a box. Because if you're just ripping those packs open, I may have hit on this in another video, damn it, you're doing it wrong. Quit doing that shit. It's a waste. Mini-master it. Draft it with friends. Seal deck it with a buddy or two. Gal it now. You can do that. Don't just rip those packs open, people. That is such a waste of EV. I know I've done one on that. But get your value out of that set. Open those packs in the most fun way possible, and that's with another player, and play the damn cards. Otherwise, you're doing it wrong. So anyway, I guess I've rambled enough. I've ranted enough. I don't know if I've got up to the level of expectations you were looking for, but net decking, it's fine. Homebrewing, it's fine. Play Magic, play cards, enjoy. And this is the Old Deranged Hermit signing off until next time. And I'll keep tapping those squirrels so you don't got to.